Hello, buddy, this is Kyrix with more Let's Play Harvest Moon Back to Nature. I want to open with, before I really get started, I want to open with a little thing I noticed. I recently figured out that I can actually search specific things. Oh, please tell me that's snow and not a blizzard. Shit, blizzard. Well, fortunately, nothing happens tomorrow. But yeah, I recently became aware of the fact that, hello, puppy. That I can, when I'm in my video manager for my channel, I can search specific videos. You know, I don't have to manually go through and find, like, oh, I'm going to find every single Dragon Ball Z video I've done. Like I thought I did. Because that's the thing I thought I had to do. Oh, those are my fish engravings, aren't they? Yes, yes they are. But, yeah. I thought that was the thing I had to do. Turns out it's not. So, I've been saying for a while that I was unable to really look at the info on my videos. Turns out, that's not even remotely true. I can just go in there and, see all of my views and shit. And I decided to do that with several of my videos, including Harvest Moon, and discovered, much to my surprise, that I get a very decent viewer count for Harvest Moon compared to many of my other videos, you know? Which I'm not saying it's not a good game, but it's kind of a dull game to watch, I would think. I mean, I would watch it, but that's just because I don't watch. I kind of podcast things. I put it on in the background and play another game, or work on a project or whatever. A non-recording project, that is. And that's why I would enjoy something of that nature, but it just seems weird to me that someone else would do pretty much the same thing. It shouldn't, but it does. But, yeah, I noticed that Harvest Moon's pulling pretty good numbers for my channel. I mean, to a normal person, it seems like not all that much, but to me, it's a considerable amount, you know? What happened? Oh, I was about to say, what happened to all my cake? There's my cake. Huh, I had more chocolate than I thought I had. Anyway. I did remember to do this, right? Wait, it wouldn't be in there, would it? It would be in here. Please tell me I remembered. Doo-doo, doo-doo. I did not. I forgot to get wine for Duke's birthday. Oh well. I'm sure he likes other things. Give me a second, I got the strat guide right around here somewhere. There it is. Just a moment, I probably have something else he would like. But, yeah, part of the reason I brought up the fact that people seem to like this Let's Play is, first off, I wanted to thank you all for actually watching this. I don't know if you watch, like, 10 minutes of it and then tune out, or if you stay engaged for the entirety of it, which, quite frankly, is amazing if you do, but, hey, I'm not one to judge. But, specifically, I wanted to ask you guys a question. And I have no idea why I broke that up the way I did, but I did. We'll wait on the bread. Duke apparently also likes bread. But I wanted to ask a question, which is, would you, the fan base of my Harvest Moon videos, be interested in seeing me play Magical Melody, the GameCube Harvest Moon that's actually really good? Because let's face facts, a lot of the other Harvest Moons, not that great. But this one, pretty damn good. And I want to know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Because if you are, I will make it a point to do that. Now, it won't happen anytime soon because several video spaces are spoken for. Like, Dead Rising 2 is being followed by Undertale, period. You know, it's just a thing. What is it? This is going to be followed by Suikoden, which is just going to be a thing. Just period, you know? Final Fantasy IX is being followed by Final Fantasy I. Lego Jurassic World's being followed by Evo. Xenoverse is going forever. It's going to be stopping sometime in 2018, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But if my fans are really interested, and this is a comment thing, leave a comment saying yes or no. If I get a whole bunch of people commenting that they want to see this, I will at some point start recording it, and depending on my schedule, because I've got several other things that are still in the works that I've got to get done. But if I get enough comments basically saying, yes, we want this to be a thing, then I will see about having Magical Melody follow Evo, depending on how quickly it gets done. You know, I mean, it might be something that'll happen mid-2017 at best, but it will happen if I get the comments for it. I just need enough people to say, we want this, and I'll give it to you. You know? So. But yes, comments are always appreciated, period. Well, not period, like I don't want stupid spammy comments. I also, and I've been getting these a lot, I don't want the, hey, would you check out my channel comments? Because if you want me to check out your channel, leave me a message. Go to the About section of my channel page and ask me, like, say, send a message and ask me to look at your channel, and I will. And if I like it, I'll subscribe. You know? But I can be kind of picky about what content I follow, just because I follow so many people already that I sometimes don't watch them. Like, I follow Nintendo Capri Sun and Chugga Conroy, but I rarely watch their new stuff because for whatever reason it doesn't appeal to me. Like, Chugga Conroy's doing a Luigi's Mansion at the time of this recording. I say that like it's far in the future. At the time of this recording, this video goes up tomorrow. But yeah, Chugga Conroy's doing that, and I don't really care, so I haven't been watching it. And NCS was doing something, but he recently started a Super Mario Land 2 Let's Play. Well, I like Super Mario Land 2, so I'm going to watch that one. You know, it's just one of those things. And most of all of Proton John's stuff is stuff that I want to see, so I follow him pretty regularly when he updates, which it's better. It's been better than it has over the past couple of years. I watch a lot of Team 4-Star, but I only watch about half to a third of what they put out because sometimes I don't care. Like, they were running Doom forever. I don't particularly care about Doom, but now that it's done, I might just marathon it, you know? So, I mean, if you have a channel and you want me to look at it, just ask me. Don't pollute my comment section with requests to look at your channel. You know? Because, believe it or not, I do read my messages and my comments and shit, or at least I do, when YouTube and Gmail cooperate to send me the message that there is a message, you know? And for the most part, it's pretty good about that. I don't think any non-spam ones have slipped through, and I think a couple spam ones have, you know, made it through to me. I'm pretty good about that. I love to reply and engage the fan base, so I will answer you if you ask me stuff. But yeah, please leave comments, like, if you like this, tell me you like this. It's very encouraging, because you may notice that I'm very self-deprecating and I talk about how no one watches my shit. Because, compared to other YouTubers, no one watches my shit, and I could use the morale boost in knowing that someone enjoys what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a bit needy, but I have 164 subscribers in a place where people frequently celebrate 1 in 5,000 subscribers. It could take me 10 years to hit those numbers at the rate I've been growing, so just knowing that someone watches my stuff is a big help. And just knowing that someone enjoys my stuff is a big help. And if there's stuff I can do to make this more exciting, I can try, you know, like I'm not going to sing, for example. I have a horrible voice, but if you like my weird, rambly stories about crap I do, well, first off, check out This Week in Kyrix. Depending on my morale that week, I can tell some pretty engaging stories, or I might just bitch about the fact that I'm broke and have no job. You know, but I do listen to advice. And Harvest Moon is unusual right now, in that it's something that's still being recorded semi-live. Like, due to the sheer amount of time that these videos take up, about an hour and a half to 2 hours, usually, it's not something I tend to marathon. I do a single video, and I'm kind of wiped, and I don't want to look at the videos anymore. You know? Which seems a little weird to me. Yeah, I thought so. Sundays it's closed. And then I realized that, because I look at this as one play session. Well, my play session lasts a week, and a week in this game can be a long time. Like, sometimes back when I used to play, I would play for a week or maybe 2 weeks and then stop. So it's not that strange that I would react this way. So it's to my eternal surprise that this game is so popular and that Digimon was so popular. You know, because I looked up Digimon's numbers too, and Digimon was pulling pretty decent numbers for the most part. I mean, I of course have several videos with no views or 1 or 2 views, but Harvest Moon's got a pretty stable viewer base of people who just watch my shit. And I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And I want to know if you guys want to see me play, say, Magical Melody, for example. I'll do that. And there are probably a couple other ones I can play, mostly the emulatable ones. Like, I considered doing Friends in Mineral Town, but that's just this game with a couple new features and most of the holidays chopped off. Like, oh, I can have another house in town where I can lose my dog for 2 fucking years, because I did that once. There was one time in that game that I picked my dog up because I decided to move to my townhouse. Which, the townhouse is just that. It's a house in town. It's like the first screen. I'll actually show you in a minute when I go back to the farm. It's like the first screen past your house. And I brought the dog there with me, and then after a while I moved back to the farm, and for whatever reason forgot to bring the dog with me. Well, fun fact about the map in that game, it doesn't tell you when the dog's not on the farm. So, yeah, that's fun. I just realized something. These guys don't do the thing I want them to do. I tested that. They don't actually come take care of the farm animals, so Captain Orange there is going to do his thing for nothing. But at least I caught it in time before I did it to all 7 and made them even more pissed at me. But, I mean, yeah, Friends in Middletown, I lost the dog. I lost the fucking dog, because if he's not on the farm, you don't get the little this thing. Hold on. Like, see how my dog's on the farm? If he's not on the farm in Friends in Middletown, you don't really see where he is, so I'm sitting here thinking that I deleted my dog from existence. No, I just left him in the other fucking house. And it took me like 2 or 3 months to even check there and find him again. It was a little distressing. But yeah, there's not much difference between the 2 games. Like I said, most of the holidays are gone or chopped down to smaller bites, you know? But, yeah, it's a thing. Okay, there's really nothing to do in winter. What does my wood look like? Do I have maxed out wood again? Because I might need it tomorrow. No, but it's close. So I may as well chop some wood. Like I said, after tomorrow I may need to put my hothouse back up. So, yeah, it's... There really aren't too many Harvest Moon games I can think off the top of my head that are on the emulators, other than the first one, which I've never really played that much of, and I wouldn't be very good at it because it's practically a blind run. And likewise, the first 2 Game Boy ones, or however many Game Boy ones there were. And as for the higher gen systems like PS2, PS3, well not PS3, but GameCube or whatever, I don't really have the systems for those. Or I have the systems for those, but I don't have the games for those, and I don't really have the means to get the games. So, that being said, those of you who don't follow This Week in Kyrix, it's my update video, where I talk about my week. Generally, it's stuff like HeroClix updates. It used to include D&D updates before I had to basically stop D&D for financial reasons. Plus, I wasn't having as much fun in the sessions. I mean, the sessions were highly entertaining, but I contributed next to nothing to them because we were doing Ravenloft, and I'm expecting, because I was playing a cleric, that I would have a huge role, that I would be able to contribute and add to the party. Well, as it turns out, the Bard and the Paladin between them did about as much healing as I did. We never fought undead for me to turn, and combat-wise, I was maybe the 4th most competent person out of a group of 7. So, I didn't really stand out in any way, and it left me feeling like a third wheel, and thus utterly useless. Not fun. So, they're just... Between that and the fact that I didn't really have the money to keep taking the bus up there, and my bike was too unreliable to keep getting me back because I kept having tire issues, and we get out too late for me to take the bus home, so I couldn't do that. So, I mean, I just dropped it, because I didn't have a reliable way to get there and back and still be able to pay for the sessions. So now it's just like, oh, I had a HeroClix thing, or oh, this came up, or I might have a job, I don't have a job, you know. But it's also the place to keep track of how on track I am with recordings. Like, this week was a really good week. I managed to get a whole lot done. Ah, fuck, we're gonna miss another episode of The Fairy and Me. Makes me sad. That's 2 episodes we've missed. Damn it. This sound effect always brings to mind either Final Fantasy VI, with its wind, or the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation thing, where it's his origin story and he has that elf and the Island of Misfit Toys and all that. That's what this always brings to mind. But, yeah, this week was good. I got Dead Rising finished. I got Undertale almost completely finished. I got Final Fantasy I finished and uploaded. Dead Rising 2 was also uploaded. You know? So, I got a whole lot done this week, and I'm very pleased with myself because of it. I almost hit the dog with the damn ball. Come here. Come here, you derpy critter. That's right, I love my derpy dog. Derpy dog! Nothing special happening today. Let's survey the damage, which could only be one thing. Do I still have a hothouse? I, in fact, do still have a hothouse. Impressive. So yeah, I don't need to chop any more wood for a while, but I'm going to anyway, because there's nothing else to do in winter. Well, there is, but there isn't, you know? And all the animals are going to be pissed at me because they weren't fed yesterday, because the game's just weird like that. There's no way for me to feed in a snowstorm, which royally pisses me off. I mean, it's one thing in the snowstorm that I can lose the hothouse, or in a hurricane I can lose crops and or the hothouse, but the fact that my animals don't get fed, well, that's just not cool. Let me just check a thing real quick. Oh, and as a side note, I've been playing AM2R, which is another Metroid 2 remake. I got it a couple days ago, and I just beat it this morning, so that was fun. That's gonna be a Let's Play, by the way. Along with a whole lot of the rest of the Metroid series. Possibly all of it, except for if there's a 3DS game. I know there's a DS game, and I know there's a pinball thing that I'm probably not going to fuck with. I don't remember if Hunters is DS or 3DS, but I'm probably not going to fuck with that either. But we'll see. If I can get a spotter, it may include Metroid Prime and Echoes. But we'll see, because I've been having issues with screen sharing. And if that carries on when I'm not screen sharing as well, then it's just not going to happen. And honestly, it probably won't happen unless I have someone here in person, which is going to delay how frequently I can put the videos out, and yeah. So I probably won't even bother with a spotter, even though I desperately want one. But, it may include corruption. That's partly an accessibility thing, and a how well does the Wii work with my recording setup thing. Because if I logistically can't do it, then logistically I can't do it, you know? And sometimes that's a thing. But, because, you know, the Wii requires that sensor bar, and it's all motion controls and all that shit. And if I can't rig it up so that I can... I know I can rig it up so that it'll read, but the question is, can I rig it up so that it'll read and match my movements to the very small screen that I'm working with? And can I comfortably do this and be heard with the distance that I have to sit from the computer? And if I do corruption, there is a slim possibility, just for the hell of it, that I might also do Other M, which is based solely on one fact, and that fact is the fact that I can get Other M for like $1. Because I've seen it played, so I know the way it works in game, and I have seen story mode, or not story mode, but theater mode. So I've seen the entirety of the story. Twice. One entirely through cutscenes, and one entirely through gameplay and cutscenes. And I'm not impressed. It's a bad game. I've heard that it's not bad to play, but I'll be the judge of that, potentially. But still, it's a case of do it just for the hell of it, to fill space, and because I can, really. Alright, cows, move. I'm so tempted to just sell all my livestock, but then I'd have nothing to do in winter. It'd be wake up, go to bed. Wake up, go to bed. I could do all of winter as one video. And that's just kind of stupid. And again, for those who don't know, this is not normally how I care for my animals. Normally, I would talk to and groom and milk and shear all of them. But I really don't have the time for that. These videos are too long as it is. And I don't want to make you guys sit that long. Because it's like a 10-15 minute process. It really is. And that's cruel to you, and it's cruel to me. Because that's a lot of fucking work. Especially when you consider that I think I've got them mostly maxed out anyway. Oh, maybe not. It doesn't matter, though. I'm really not concerned with it. I mean, I'm not here to 100% this game. I'd like to, but it's a lot more work than I really want to put in. Maybe if I were doing this on a day-to-day thing, like, oh, it's Sunday, video. It's Monday, video. Oh, well, it's a snow day, so I'll do 2 days on this video, or something like that. Or where I would limit the videos to a half an hour or 45 minutes, and just however many days I could fit in that thing, that's what I would do. If I did it that way instead of the 1 week per video, which I'm not changing this far in, by the way, but if I were doing that, then yeah, I would do everything, because that would just spread it out, you know? But the way I currently handle things, it's kind of more trouble than it's worth to do it that way. Or to do everything. So yeah, it's been a pretty good week for me, actually. Recording-wise, it's been a pretty... It's been a shitty to mediocre week besides, but again, if you want to see that, just watch This Week in Kyrex, where I play Stardew Valley, which is basically a modern-day indie Harvest Moon game, and it's a lot of fun, and it's like $10 on Steam. If you're a fan of Harvest Moon, buy it. It's a lot of fun. And there's lots of different things you can do, like you can fish, you can farm, you can just raise your land and chop down trees and raise animals, and you can go into the mines and fight monsters, and there's just so much to do. It's a lot of fun. Like, I've damn near, quote-unquote, beaten the game on my main playthrough, and on my This Week in Kyrex playthrough, it's a lot more leisurely, like, to the point where I'm barely making money, because I'm just being super casual about it, you know? I'm completing objectives rather than getting wealthy. Like, I just started my first summer in the game right now, and by this point in my actual playthrough, I had a small fortune. I had, like, enough money that I was running, like, 6 or 7 fields and, like, half a dozen scarecrows to protect my crops, and I had animals and a lot of shit. I'm just lagging behind because I'm taking it leisurely and doing things at a fun pace for me. Okay, 17th, not a lot going on. Nothing particularly special. That's okay, though. Yeah, these winter vids are going to be really fucking short. And it's just kind of a thing. It's just how winter works. Do 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 do. 18th, nothing special going on this day either. But the last 3 days of this week are all going to be eventful. In one case, literally eventful, meaning it will be full of an event. Just snow. Cool. Just snow is fine with me. So yeah, as I was saying, comments are loved. Constructive comments are loved even more, like, oh, you can take more time and actually care for your animals if you want, or something like that. Or whatever. Like, if that's a thing you want to see, then tell me. If you don't mind the extra half an hour to an hour late added to the length of this video for me to actually individually brush all the cows and sheep, then tell me. Because I'll do it. Because I'm already getting kind of... There's a physical stress to this where I just start to get achy. It's only games that I do for long periods of time, like this one, you know? And I'm already starting to feel it, so I probably won't be marathoning this as it is. But if you guys want to see me do more stuff in the videos and actually don't mind if it lengthens them, tell me. I'll do it. I don't care. I mean, it's more time, but if that's what it takes to make you guys happy, I'll do more time. Let's get these strawberries up. Not a fan of strawberries. I like strawberry flavored things, but I do not like the fruit itself. It's something about the texture, and partly the fact that strawberries tend to be served chilled or cold. I don't like to bite cold things. It's not like I have super sensitive teeth, I just don't like cold on my teeth. That the sensation is... Ugh. I shiver every time I even think about it. Like, I've never been able to bite a popsicle. And it kind of fucks with me whenever I see someone do that, or more specifically, When I hear or even remember the sound of someone biting a popsicle, I just get chills. I don't know what it is. It's a really stupid thing. So I just kind of bite popsicles by covering my teeth with my lips and applying pressure to just gum it in half, basically, you know? Yeah, I kind of wonder if other people do that. Like, I don't know anyone in particular that does it, but I also never really watch my friends eat popsicles or ask them, so, what's your popsicle technique? Do you just suck it till it's gone? Do you bite it, or do you do what I do? 'Cause you're a damn wuss. Like me. Seriously, what kind of a wuss can't bite a popsicle? So yeah, for at least the next week or two, I will be reactive to comments. The point where if you tell me, hey, you can do this, you can expect to see the results of that comment within a week or two. Like, right now, if you were to tell me, like let's say I post this thing, and for you guys it'll be Thursday, I'm doing this on Wednesday, but let's say I post this thing today on Wednesday, or schedule it, and it goes up tomorrow. I go to bed, or maybe I check my emails, because I don't go to bed usually till 7 or 8. It's 11 right now, 11 a.m., and I'm still not asleep. I tried, and it just didn't work, so I'm like, fuck it, may as well do Harvest Moon. But let's say I go to bed at, let's say 7 a.m., wake up at 4 p.m., and see a whole bunch of comments, like 6 comments on Harvest Moon Back to Nature. If I go in there and read those comments, there's every chance that by the next week's episode, you may see me react on those comments. Like, I may answer them directly if you ask me a question, or I may say, oh, you want this, but I'm really not good at that, or it's kind of foreign to my playstyle, etc. Like, for example, if someone says, oh, sell one of your cows and make one of them give birth. It's kind of pointless to do that, you know? I mean, I already have full-grown cows, and when you birth a cow, it puts the mother out of commission for a while, and then the baby has to grow up again, and that's already a headache as it is. So, but I mean, if you ask, like I said, for example, oh, you should take the time to try and groom each one of your animals and talk to them and get their affections up. That's something I might potentially do. You know? I mean, unless something's happening to rush me at the last second, but generally, if I'm going to be rushed anyway, I don't record Harvest Moon. And you'll notice I don't save until the end of it. That's in case something happens to interrupt me while I'm playing to the point where I have to stop. I can just scrap the whole video and play again when I have time. You know? There's a reason you never see me save in-game until the end of the video, and that's the reason. With some very rare exceptions, but only if I'm about to do something that I think I should have to reset for. Like, if there's a time-sensitive thing, or it's a contest that I have to win, like I think I did it for the swimming contest, for example. And if I didn't, then I probably should have, but I think I won that one anyway, so... But yeah, you get the idea. So, for at least this video, and possibly the next one, because after that I might start marathoning these, just to get them out of the way so I can work on other projects, because there's other things I gotta do. I gotta finish the 4-job Fiesta run, I have to do Ninja Turtles so I can put that back in the mailbox and get Metal Gear back. I need to start and finish Portable Ops. I want to do Summon Night Swordcraft Story 1, because that's a game I started last year and stopped because other things got in the way. I want to finish Xenoverse, I want to finish Digimon, and so on, you know? I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, and Harvest Moon takes up a lot of time, so what I might do at some point is just knock these remaining... I don't know, what's this, 33? I think it's episode 33, give me a second. Yeah, this is episode 33, so I might just knock out the remaining 9 episodes, I believe? Because I think... No, not that. 15 episodes. because I think I did the math and these will come out to 48 episodes. So I might decide to sit down next week sometime and just hammer out those remaining 15 episodes so that I don't have to deal with this anymore. At which point your comments of, hey, you should do this, won't matter because it's done and I can't change it now, you know? So if you got a thing you want me to do, now's the time to ask for it. And again, feel free to just be conversational in the comments. I love to talk to my subscribers. If you ever look at some of my other videos, like my my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, or Valkyria Chronicles was another one, when people talk to me, I return the favor. I talk back. I engage with them. You know? Like, for example, if you... Ignore that beep. That was me just paging up when I ran out of page up space. But yeah, if you just want to be conversational and say, oh, this is a thing, or, oh, you should have done this, or I really like this, then that's cool. I will talk back to you. I will have that conversation, you know? I will be social. I should just go to sleep. Juan can get his fish tomorrow. Especially since I don't even know what time he comes in. But actually, I'm going to put this fish in the fridge before I throw it or put it in the bin. Because that's a very real danger in this game. But yeah, I mean, I've had people like, oh, I really like this game. I'm glad you're playing it. Or, oh, you should have did this. Well, it's a blind run. I couldn't have done that because I didn't know to do that. I know to do that now. Like, I had a guy in my Valkyria Chronicles blind run, which, by the way, I introduced it as Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles Blind. And in the very first episode, I explained what a blind run was. And I kept saying numerous times that I did not know what was going on, and it was pointless to offer me tips because I had already finished recording it by the time you saw it. And I had a guy like, you should have taken this thing, don't you know that? I'm like, no, I didn't know that, because it's a blind run, you know? I mean, not to sound snotty to the guy, but I didn't know that, because how could I know that? Because it's a fucking blind run. I've never played this game before, that's the point. I took on the last boss without a sniper. Or no, I took on this tank thing without a sniper, and I had the guy basically tell me, it's like, why didn't you bring a sniper? And my response was, because the mission said I'd be fighting tanks, and snipers aren't that effective against tanks. I didn't realize there'd be tons of troopers there, too. And by the time I did realize, it was a little late to go back and change my lineup. So that's the thing. But other than that, he would talk to me like, I was notoriously snarky about the ending of that game and the overall message. Because I didn't agree with it. And I spent half the credits ranting about, as much as I love this game and as much as I love the story, I do not in any way, shape, or form agree with the message they were trying to send, you know? And I got into a minor debate with the guy about it. Not like a heated thing or an angry thing, just kind of a, oh, well, this is what they really meant. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what they really meant. That's the message I got, and I don't agree with it. You know? And Mystery Dungeon, frequently I would have conversations with the people in it. So, don't even worry about asking stupid questions to me. I mean, come on, if you've watched this thing all the way through, you know that I spent the entire first half of this Let's Play giving out false information because I didn't know any better, despite having owned this game for like 4 years back when it was new. You know, because I got this game when I went to, I want to say a Walmart, and saw it in the games display case, where they put the new games. You know, back in the days of PlayStation, where they'd have the long row, and then they'd have the end row. Like the, let's call it the narrow part, you know. You got the main wall, and then you got the wall behind it, and then you've got the middle of the wall. The one that faces away from the other ones. It's kind of hard to explain, but you probably know what I mean. That's where this game happened to be. I'm like, ooh, Harvest Moon Back to Nature. I remember reading about Harvest Moon back in Nintendo Power, and I always wanted to play it, so let's play it now. You know? Great decision, by the way. It was well worth the money spent. I don't remember if it was my money, if I actually had my money at the time, or if I just begged Mom to buy it for me, because this is back when I was still in high school. I would say a freshman in high school, but my habit of staying up late and not getting to sleep in time and then sleeping through my classes meant that I never really got beyond freshman, which is really kind of funny because I knew the material. The thing that stopped me more often than not was my refusal to do homework. Which, looking back on that, is fucking stupid because I had nothing else to do up in Crystal River except homework. But I didn't want to do it. So, if I had done my homework, I probably would have graduated high school and had a diploma. It's a thing. Because I was taken after I got into a fight that got me expelled, you know, in my 4th freshman year, which was, ironically, the year that I basically told myself, okay, this is my last chance. If I do not pass this year, I will be flunked out of high school permanently, and I'll lose the chance of ever graduating. So, I resolved that I'm going to do my homework and my schoolwork, and I'm going to stay awake in class, and I'm going to be a good student. And not 2 fucking weeks into the school year, I got into a fight, and I was basically expelled for it. Because the administration there knew me, and they knew that once a year, I would just hit a breaking point. Because I'm not violent, and they knew I'm not violent. So, as a result, I tended to get off with a slap on the wrist. Because I wasn't like I was a problem. Well, I was a problem student, but not because I was violent or even disruptive. Left to my own devices, I tended to sit in class and either sleep or read a book. You know? So unless I started snoring, I wasn't exactly disruptive to class. And ironically, sometimes the book I was reading was the textbook. Because that was a thing. I liked to read ahead and learn shit. I just didn't want to do the work, you know? And that actually stunned a couple of the teachers, because they would see me slacking off and like, hey, you, answer this question. I'm like, here's your answer. I'm like, crap, he knew that. Yes, I knew that, because I read ahead. The class would be on Chapter 3, and I'm reading Chapter 7, you know? Because I read Chapter 3 a week ago. Plus, I would go home and I would watch like the History Channel and the Science Channel and the Discovery Channel and learn shit and bring that up in class and ask questions about that. So, I was engaged. I did stay awake for the afternoon classes. It was the morning classes that fucked with me because I'd get to bed at like 2 in the morning and I would have to be up at 5 in the morning to catch my bus to get to school at 7 in the morning. Yes, my bus took 2 hours because I lived out in the goddamn woods. You know, now I'm looking back, I feel really bad for the bus driver because he had to drive that route. You know? And of course, I've got my friend who's a bus driver. If he ever saw this, like, you damn right you feel bad for the bus driver. But yeah, I had resolved that that was going to be the year. And usually it would happen about 2/3 to 3/4 the way through the year. I would get in a fight and then be like, well, I basically tell them, look, I get picked on all year and I just hit the point where I'm done. That's what would happen is I would be picked on or teased or shoved around, and then someone would just do the one thing that was one drop too many in the tank, and I just, boom, I'd be on them. Short fight, not really punches thrown, maybe a kick or two, generally a headlock until we were separated, and then we're both up in the office and I'm filling out a report. You know? But there were 2 factors in this fight that I think contributed. One, which was a minor thing, and had nothing to do with the fight, by the way. The kid I punched was black. Now, him being black had nothing to do with it. And I'm pretty sure they knew it had nothing to do with it. But that may have been a factor. I say may because I don't know. It might have, it might not have. It probably didn't. You know? But more importantly, as I said, this was like 2 or 3 weeks into school. We didn't have our first holiday, which was like Labor Day or Memorial Day. Whatever one is right at the start of the school year kind of thing. We were like a week away from that happening. I think this was on a Friday or something, and the next... I don't remember what it was, but the next Monday or something was going to be that day. So we'd barely started the school year, and the reason they told me is, normally you do this, but it happens much later, and it happens so early in the school year, we're worried that you're just becoming more aggressive, and this is going to become a pattern, and we're going to have to expel you. And I said, fair enough, you know, because I don't know. I never know. I don't go to school and say, oh, this is the day I'm going to deck somebody. I just hit that point and bam, I hit somebody, you know? So, but after that, Mom took me to get my GED pretest, right? And took the pretest. And then that took me, I want to say about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to take the whole test. And then they sat me in a classroom, because this was like at a summer school looking kind of thing. And the class was watching a video on something. I had brought a book. I kind of half-assed watched the video. I read my book as well as I could with the lights off. And after maybe an hour or so, they came and got me. And they basically told me, well, we took the test. We had you take that test to see how much schooling you would need before you're ready to take your GED. You're ready to take your GED test now. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I went home, told Mom, and I actually remember this factor. I was pissed because I had to take a school bus, I believe, home. But it dropped me at some bus stop, and Mom was supposed to pick me up there. And she was like an hour late. And I was furious because I was watching Dragon Ball Z at the time. It was airing on Toonami. And the episode that was due to air that day was the episode where Android 16 fought Cell. And I had been waiting to see Android 16 fight because I was a huge fan of the character at the time. I still kind of am. And I just... because you just knew looking at him and watching him that 16 was so powerful. You know, because he just seemed so relaxed. He was never worried because he never had to be worried. And here's 16. I've seen the episode since, obviously, but he just destroyed Cell in that fight. And I missed it because Mom was like an hour late picking me up, and I was bitching at her the whole ride home. You were supposed to be here half an hour ago. I missed my show, you know? So, but for whatever reason, she never took me to, I think it was P-Tech or whatever, to get my test done. So I never got my GED. I did know that. Happy birthday, Juan. You're a good weird man. For the most part. So, yeah, that's the story of why I don't have a GED or a diploma. Which really sucks, because like I said, I'm fairly knowledgeable in just about everything except math. Because, fun fact that they don't teach you in math class, they keep telling, oh, you're going to need math, you're going to need math. What they don't tell you is if you don't use it, you lose it. I've lost all but basic math, and even that I have a tenuous grasp on at best. But, yeah. Science, I keep relatively up to date on that. History, I'm spotty when it comes to American history, but I know a lot of ancient history, you know. Things like that. I keep up on stuff. I continue to learn shit. Biology, zoology, I learn shit. It fascinates me to learn things. In the past, I don't know, 3 years, I've become fascinated with politics, even. It's so amazing to me. I'm just, reading Mechabolt Ultra in summer vacation. I don't think I've ever gotten this far in the game before, just for the record. But yeah, just kind of a thing. Get the ball. Get the ball, Mutsky! It's kind of funny that I called him Mutsky. Mutsker is actually my name for the Chihuahua, my nickname for her. Not the most, you know, graceful of nicknames, but it is what it is. Let me just double check a thing real quick here. There's me, page upping again. So yeah, I'm sorry that I ramble in these videos, but especially in wintertime, there isn't a lot going on in the game for me to talk about. And I gotta fill this damn time somehow. Thinking back, I should have saved this. Rather than being a Let's Play, this should have been This Week in Kyrex. It really should have. It's perfect for it. Because I could get a lot done in an hour and I wouldn't feel rushed, like, oh, I can't take care of my animals. No, I could take all the time. That's the thing. This isn't like Stardew Valley or even the later Harvest Moons. When I enter a building, time stops. At this point, I have an infinite amount of time. If I wanted to, I could manually water every single square in here. Well, at least until they grow up and I can't step on those squares. Something Stardew Valley allows me to do, by the way. But you know what I mean. Let me just check a thing. I would actually suggest that that Magical Melody become the new This Week in Kyrex game when Stardew Valley's over. But given how long Stardew Valley is, even for the quote-unquote ending, which again is like 3 years, or at least the start of year 3, and the fact that I generally get through about 4 days in a single session, it would take a while to get through. It would be, let's say 56 weeks to get through Stardew Valley, because there's 28 days in a year in that, or in a month in that game, and 4 months in a year, and I'd have to get through, you know, so many months. Or I'd have to get through 2 years or so. So yeah, it'd take me a little over a year to finish Stardew Valley at this rate, even if I choose that as my stopping point. So you'd be better off just asking for it as a Let's Play, and like I said, I'll try my best to make it happen as soon as I can. But I have somewhere in the neighborhood of between 10 and 30 Let's Plays that never got finished. And the more of those I finish, the more of a backlog I have. The more backlog I have, the more free time I have to just pursue other things. I mean, come on, everybody deserves some time off. Even people like me who don't really do anything. But again, I am so grateful that people are actually watching this. I didn't think anyone would sit through it. And again, I didn't check the analytics, partly because I didn't really have the heart to, although I probably could, to see what my viewer retention looks like. Because, I mean, for all I know, you guys sit through 20 minutes of this and you're gone. For all I know, none of you even made it to the part of this video where I asked you to comment. Which is a little sad. But for all I know, again, you guys sit here hanging on my every word and watching me farm the shit out of my farm. Ooh, do it, Kyrex. Put that hay in the bin. Feed them cows. Yeah. And just like that, I made all my fans creepy. But yeah, again, part of the self-deprecation is humor. And part of it is the fact that I genuinely... Again, compared to the people I watch, and hell, even compared to my friends, and people who are kind of friends, like, Henri's a friend, Eisen's a friend, Kyler's a friend, Star's a friend, which I haven't heard from her in forever. I don't even know if she type anymore, you know? Because she's off and on. Like, she'll quit being a YouTuber for months at a time and then suddenly come back. I remember when she was actually, the first time since I met her, that she was considering quitting because some assholes were like, oh, you're a girl, you're not a real gamer. And I'm like, fuck them. Who cares what assholes like that think? You know? Gender doesn't preclude you from being a gamer. I know guys who couldn't game their way out of a fucking paper bag. I used to be friends with a guy in high school, and I swear this is true, who thought Final Fantasy came before D&D, that D&D was a, quote, wannabe RPG, unquote, that ripped off Final Fantasy. Stew that around in your head for a moment. Final Fantasy, a game which was made after I was born, predated D&D, a game which was created a decade before I was born. How is that a thing? I kicked him in the balls, by the way. Because remember those moments when I just snapped? Well, I'd had enough of his crap and punted him right in the dick. Which was fun. But, yeah. The funny thing was, that guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but if he's watching this, I'm sorry, dude. It was totally uncalled for. I apologize. And just to further do the thing, it was at Pinellas Park High School, and you like your cherry Coke. There. Now you know who you are, and I know who you are. I apologize. I really do. It was totally uncalled for. It's funny, but it was totally uncalled for. You didn't deserve that, and I apologize. But yeah, and I basically told her, I sent her a private message saying, hey, I don't think you should leave. If you do, that's your decision, you know? You have the right to leave if you want to. But I just want you to know, if you leave or not, that I'm glad to have met you. You personally basically introduced me to the group that I'm now with. You know, you basically were the person who brought me into a larger YouTube community. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm still in the little itty bitty kiddie pool of YouTube, but the fact that someone just invited me in, you know. I even forgot where this tangent started, but yeah, it's the fact that compared to all these other people, I have nothing subscriber-wise, you know? And on the one hand, I just kind of laugh it off, but it actually does bother me to an extent. It shouldn't, but it does. Just the fact that I put out so much content, but for whatever reason, and there are plenty of reasons, like maybe I'm not entertaining, maybe my audio equipment isn't the best, maybe it's the fact that I don't edit, or whatever, but I'm just not pulling in the viewers that I wish I was pulling in. You know? And it irks me a little bit. Not irks me, that implies that it's some failing in my fans or something. It just, it makes me feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. So yeah, that's part of where the self-deprecation comes from. It's a genuine feeling of just inadequacy. So yeah, any kind of constructive comments, definitely appreciate it, because that tells me that, hey, at least one or two people appreciate what I'm doing. You know? I don't mind if I'm putting out a whole ton of videos for 3 people, as long as those 3 people enjoy what I'm doing. Damn it, Mary. Wait. No. Maybe it opens at 10? I don't know. Yeah, it opens at 10, okay. I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure it's closed Mondays and not Fridays. Happy birthday, Mary. It is a birthday present. You can keep it. That's what birthday presents are for. And it's food, so I definitely don't want you to give it back. What's this? It's a big old plate of poop. I really enjoyed the truffle rice. Thank you, Mary. This isn't where you got the chocolate, is it? I'm a twisted individual. So yeah, that's where the self-deprecation comes from. I am, for the most part, a reasonably confident individual. But there's always that one nagging part of my personality that says, you're not good enough. I am not free to play. Actually, something occurs to me. I actually have to finish this week on a Friday. I have to finish this week today. Because, as I recall, the day of the wedding, I can't do anything. Meaning I can't save. The day happens, the wedding happens, and then that's my day. So I either have to finish today, or finish Sunday, and I'd rather do it today, really. So yeah, this video just got a little bit shorter. Whoops. But yeah, when you consider that this video is already almost up to half a gigabyte, it's kind of a long one. And this one's pretty short. I didn't do a whole lot in this one. But yeah, like I said, engage in the comments, converse in the comments, because I'll talk to you. As long as you keep posting and the conversation is going somewhere, then I'll keep replying. Like if you post, hey, great video, I'll probably post thanks. And if you don't do anything after that, I won't say anything after that, you know? But if you're like, oh, this video, I really like this video, oh, thanks. You know, this, you know, and I'll reply to that. So, it's basically wherever the conversation goes is where I'll go with it. I'm already sleepy. This video's dragging ass. I'm a horrible person! As soon as he said, that's okay, I'll do other kinds of work, I'm thinking, prostitution. I need you to fuck the cows. Oh, God! I can't believe I finished that sentence. I need you to fuck the cows. Yeah. Cows need love, too. Oh, man. And this is why young people shouldn't watch my videos. I had a guy leave a comment on one of my videos like, hey, this is great. I don't remember if he asked me to watch his channel or not, but no, actually, I don't think he left a comment. I think he just subscribed to me, and he subscribed specifically on one of my Let's Play videos, I think. And whenever someone subscribes to me, this is a thing, I get an email, and I go into my Gmail and look at the name and click it, and it takes me to their channel. And the first thing I do is nose around in their channel and see if they are content creators, and if they are, I look at their content. And I do this for two reasons. If for example, if they're content creators, and I like their content, I'll subscribe to them right back, because I might want to see what they have to do. Or actually, it's a several stage process. The first stage is I go to your channel. Secondly, I look to see if you have any content. If you do not have content, I look at the kind of things that you watch or put in your favorites, so I can get an idea of why you subscribe to me. Like, if I see a whole bunch of music videos and stuff for ponies, I know, oh, you subscribe to me for one of my music videos, you're not going to like most of my content because I don't put those out very often. Like, I might do one a year kind of thing, if that. But if you have a whole bunch of video game stuff, then, oh, you're here for my Let's Plays. Or you might say, oh, look, Minecraft videos, you came here from This Week in Kyrix. I'm sorry, but I changed video games, but still thanks, that kind of thing. But if you do have content, I look at your content. I'm like, okay, what do you do? Do you do music videos? Do you do politics? Do you do, like, reaction videos? Do you do blind watches of stuff? I consider the two separate. Like, a reaction video, I consider, like, oh, here's a fan thing, or here's me watching another YouTube video or whatever. But a blind watch is for, like, a series or a movie or something. Like, oh, I'm gonna blind watch, let's say Friends, you know, I'm gonna watch Friends blind. I've never seen the show. And I'm gonna record myself watching it. That's a blind watch as opposed to a react to 10 stupidest questions on the internet, which was a video I saw yesterday, and it was the funniest damn thing. But, yeah, that kind of thing. And then I'll look at your content, like, oh, you do Let's Plays, let's look what games you've done. And if you do a game that sounds interesting to me or that I happen to like, I'll watch the first video in that series. And if I like it, bam, you've got a subscriber. I'm subscribed to at least a dozen people solely because I liked one video on their channel. Or one series on their channel, you know? Just in case they put out another video even remotely like that I can watch. But yeah, I do reciprocate stuff. But anyway, to get on with the story, I went to this guy's channel and I heard a voice clip first or something. And then I saw him and I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, oh my god, this guy's a kid. He's like, he can't be older than 14. He's probably like under 12. I'm like, oh kid, you shouldn't be watching my channel. You know? Because it's just casual profanity and really dirty jokes and innuendos. And where were that kid's parents when he got to my channel? That's all I want to know. Anyway, I'm Kyrix. This has been Let's Play Harvest Moon Back to Nature. Thank you for watching, now that I know that a lot of you actually are. I really appreciate you sitting through all my crap. Please leave comments. You know, even if you barely watched, just leave a comment telling me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you think I should do, and I'll at least engage with you and talk like, oh, I can do that, or I can't do that, or I tried doing that and it didn't work, that kind of thing. Anyway, see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.